Alrighty. Alright, hopefully everything is working. Took me like 10 minutes just to get my camera to work. Got up early, did my yoga, drinking water. I'm unstoppable today. Getting right into it. Yesterday, the controversy. Definitely. Okay, so this is the original Tektite. I'm trying to draw most of my inspiration from the original Zelda stuff. Original Tektite design from the game booklet. That was too round, too circular, too much clashy with these circular forms that needed to also be in the composition. I went with something that felt a little different. And a viewer pointed out, looked too much like this is a character out of Doom. And that, I didn't mind so much that it looked like something out of Doom, but it had been bugging me for a while that it didn't look like it was something out of Zelda. And if it's not reading like Zelda, and other people are noticing it too, then something must be done. I've sort of settled on this as a likely candidate. It's still somewhat circular, but you kind of have these like two lobes right here, like what I think. Where did I draw it? It must be all the way up here. Okay, yeah. It feels like maybe it's a little bit split. Not to become brain-like. Maybe the split is more pronounced as it moves back. We'll see. All I know is today's mission is clear. I might not finish it today. I don't have tons of time, but I'm going to try and swap out some of these Tektites for the others for this new design. All right. All right, let's do it. Got the red brush. I was messing around with my stuff the other day, so let's see. I'm going to see if I can control the information hitting me with these filters. Okay, that's enough for me. Hope it's enough for everybody else. Actually, it's too much for me. I only want as much influence of the original design coming through as I can use to graft, but I don't want that to compete with what I'm trying to project. The design is so different. I think I will have to re-rough these out, but it won't be dramatic. I'll just focus on that today. Almost like having to relearn to draw something. One thing I knew I wanted to do differently was give them some sort of angrier looking face. The original Tektite design is sad looking. It sort of has this pathetic quality. It's sort of sad puppy dog eye. And you can tell by the way the official Tektite design has changed over the years that the Zelda team had the same feeling. Roughly sketching, nothing permanent yet. Chicken wing, chicken drumstick, horns for eyebrows. Ostensibly they are antennas, but a little ahead of myself with my details. Let's think instead about larger forms first. Whatever it is, whatever shape it takes, it has to look like there's an eyeball that can fit in there. And it's too big or too small. It won't look right. This might be something that has something like this. What Zelda game is my favorite? I really liked Link's Awakening. I don't know if that's a cool answer to give. I also, of course, love A Link to the Past. The original Zelda game, while I try to draw a lot of references from it, I was too young when I had it. I had it when I was like 5 or 6 years old. It's too young to really understand what's going on. What's your favorite? And welcome to the chat. I see you're new to the chat. It tells me these things. You can tell I'm old because I like the older games. Wind Waker. Okay, that's great. It's one of those big design change Zelda games. I always thought it was cool. So Wind Waker came out at a time when I was extremely distracted by things going on in my life, and I barely even knew that GameCube existed when it was out. I don't know how that happened because I was such a Nintendo head. I guess that's what happens when you learn how to drive, and that's what happened. Is basically I started driving and I stopped playing video games for a while. Does that look good? I'm trying to make a Tektite design that doesn't suck. Even that doesn't look Zelda enough. It looks better than the other thing. So I might just run with it, but might have to sleep on this a bit. I might have to think of more ideas. Do you know what the Tektites are? The spider characters? Maybe more eye. Never called anything by its actual name, yeah. I don't know if you'd seen the other streams, but the problem I'm dealing with is my original design for these Tektites, the spider characters, was very someone pointed out they looked a lot like sort of bad guys out of Doom, that violent video game series. And I agree my design was not very Zelda-y for them, and I want them to feel like Zelda. But that's easier said than done, I guess. Spider Mask, yeah. You're everybody seems to catch the Doom references. No one's ever like, yeah, I don't see what you mean. I think they look great. They're like, yeah, definitely needs to change. Even these guys look. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong with the whole. It needs to be different. Maybe it should just be kind of as it was. What if I just gave that a shot? Maybe that's a cool look. I'm not saying I'm going to change anything, but you're right. It's not my fault that Doom has poisoned the well against well-meaning evil spider designers. It's like a puzzle. I'll figure it out. I'm also trying to give them a kind of eyebrow to make them look more angry. And or possibly friendly. What a challenge. Oh, let's plow forward with some courage. We can make any kind of change as we go. No life sentences in a drawing. Have you been watching my streams much? I'm not. People, Bob. Hmm. No, I don't mind. giving a little bit of that widened. The pumpkin stuff was maybe a bit too much, but the original Zelda game, it kind of had this getting triggered looking at these guys. There we go. I always think of the blue ones. Oh, fun. Look, it's like one of those Web 1.0 kind of sites. Amazing. Okay. I always thought these guys kind of look like diamonds. Maybe I can have a little bit of that. Diamond and bright. Definitely have two teeth in front. You can see that. Holy embrace. Football. The Tektite football shape. Okay, I'm going to run with that. See how it goes. Definitely a big enough design change in the legs that I've done. I've removed a whole articulation of their appendage, but go back and fix more stuff later, I guess. Definitely feels more Zelda-y. Maybe he could be more specifically gripping. Not saying he would do this, but that look cooler if it was. Felt like there was some real clenching. I know I'm making lots of changes. I just feel like it's important to explore in this rough stage. One thing that's happening right now is I've got my fan on because it's hot here in LA, and if it's audible, I'd like to know. I mean, right now my wife has a blender going, but it might be. I don't like this thing clutching anymore. I like it. I like to feel like he's on the attack. Okay, I'm gonna go get my wife's smoothie, and I'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Okay, after walking away for a minute and looking at this again, I like it. Been here talking to myself for a few minutes. That sucks. I came back and forgot to hit the thing to make it come back. It's extremely embarrassing. Hammered out this necktie design, though, pretty decently. So now I'll apply this design across the board. And we'll see where it breaks, because these are the characters are in different poses and different angles. So there may still be some play that we have to implement, but for the most part, I'm going to try and just make them all look like this guy. Not that it's a piece of cake to imagine this guy in all sorts of different poses, different angles, but that's the task now. And I have to remind myself I'm only roughing them out right now. Don't need them to be finished line art. Just to make the forms work, so I can come back later and tighten them up. And those little spikes on the head, these kind of like friendly little spikes. Very Zelda. Very Zelda. I think also bigger bad guy hands. Maybe even longer limbs too. I don't know. A lot of potentiation. Those longer ones. Let's get some length on there. Okay, got about 20 minutes. Before I gotta quit out. Because my kids will get up and have to do stuff. These long ones. Same action, just longer. It's a weird big jump. just laughing at these spiders. Okay, now we got a couple upside down ones. Kind of do miss the dimension without the. It was pretty cool to see, like all the way into the spider mouth. I mean, you got a good sense of anguish. Maybe on this spider we can. Get a palpable sense of its doom from a spidery squint. It's like, no. Oh, the spider family. Ooh, wrong way. Don't worry about the underside too much right now. Presumably it's sort of just the same rounded-ish form as it would be on top. anybody's still watching, I'll be done in just a couple minutes. Done for today. Yeah, changing the length of these legs sort of changes the composition a bit, which is be careful about that. It wasn't necessarily on the menu for today. It's fine if it has to happen, totally, but composition now I thought was pretty decent. So let's come here. This guy's practically upside down. And I have no problem with just sending these guys barreling to their death. I like it, making it look or feel like they're just sort of mindless bugs. It's like, whoops, I slipped. I'm dead. Alright. So, okay, I don't mind this as much as I was worried about. Yeah. It feels like I am dead. Yeah, that all reads okay. We don't need that one anymore. Okay, so now I'm off the original. Turn off our filters. But it looks like this now. I think this guy over here needs a little something-ish, but they all sort of feel more Tektite and more Zelda-y. So I feel like this is going to work. Or at least, you know, other people might be like, I don't like it, but I'll be like, well, I like it. Yeah. Reflection of the sword in the bug's eye. Cool. Bum, 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 bum. Alrighty. I'm going to leave it there. Some good work today. Uh-oh. What's an old Guardian design? Don't tell me that. What is that? The bugs have been revamped. I've decided. So I went with something that felt, well, it's got one eye. So it's more like a Tektite. It's got those friendly spikes and stuff, so. Alright, Faye. I'm afraid you're catching the end of the chat. You've never seen the old concept art for the Breath of the Wild Garden? Breath of the Wild Guardians? Oh god. Breath of the Wild Guardian. Oh, that's kind of cool. Old concept art. Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, I can see some of this stuff, but no. Well, I'll bring it over here so we can see. I guess this is what Faye is referring to. Probably something like this. God. These may give an impression, but I swear there's no influence, so we're going to have to trust me on that, because yeah. All right, well, I don't think they look like it at all, so poop on that. But it doesn't matter. Zelda is Zelda is Zelda. I just want them to look like Zelda. What do you think, Faye? Is this an improvement? Do they look like Doom characters anymore, or do they look more like Zelda? Tell me I did okay. Fair. All right, I'll take fair. All right, I gotta go. I gotta get my kids ready for the day and make them breakfast and stuff. So, if anybody's listening, besides Faye, who I know is listening, let's see what Faye says. Later. All right. All right. Cheers, everybody. Bye.